Rae-SMR reading channel, and I just want to start out this video by saying I am so sorry. I have been MIA for 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3 weeks. And I can explain. The 1st of July, I went to Vegas. I got back from Vegas. I was sick. Literally could not sniffle, could not cough. It was horrible. It was treacherous. You guys would not want me to be all close and personal, going like in the frame, into the microphone, some may say. And then as soon as that cleared up, which was literally like a week ago, I went on a 5-day camping trip with my ex-boyfriend across 3 states by car to do some outdoor camping and see national parks. I went to New River Gorge. That was one of them. I went to New River Gorge, Shenandoah Valley National. Is it Shenandoah? Shenandoah National Park, and Red River Gorge State Park, and Natural Bridge State Park. Kentucky, West Virginia, all with my ex-boyfriend, all by car, all from Ohio. We slept outside with bears and rattlesnakes. If you want me to elaborate on that, I definitely can. If not, then I'll just shut up. But my July has been so packed along with my job. I'm so sorry. Basically is what I want to freaking say. But today I come to you with a, let me scoot back some actually. With a what I read in July. Granted, I only read a few books. I don't know why I don't have any of my stuff, but I can remember what I read. Let me grab it all out from the stack. One of the books I don't have because I left it on a plane. Well, I left it in Vegas, so I don't have it with me. But let me go grab something so I can see what I read. 1 second. So, while I'm sitting on my computer, I'll talk to you guys a little bit. Not unfortunately, I have decided that I am going to film 3 videos while I sit down right now because I'm not going to let myself not post for you guys. So, yeah, I gotta log into my Goodreads. I read 4 books this month. I DNF'd 2 of them. Because they were bad. And we'll get into which ones and why and all that fun stuff in a second. About to get onto my Goodreads account. Yes, I've been in a really bad reading slump. I've just been way too busy. I work 9 to 4, a few days out of the week, which is not even like that bad, but like, I'm a cashier, so I just swipe everybody's stuff through over and over and over and over, and it just tuckers me out. It is very difficult to keep my eyes open after I get off of work, because it's just I'm on my feet for the whole time, and I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over, so whatever. Okay, let's see my books. Sorry guys. I'm only 1 book ahead of schedule so far. Well, because of my slump that I was in. So, that's unfortunate. Okay. The first book I read is Everyone Who Can Forgive Me Is Dead by Jenny Hollander. And this book I gave 3 stars. And this is about a girl named Charlotte or Charlie who is she's gonna inherit. She's an heiress to this big corporation because of her husband she's marrying, and she was a part of a shooting that happened at her my neighbors are out screaming it again. At her journalism. Whoa, Jesus. Okay. At her journalism. Can they shut the fuck up? They are out screaming every 5 seconds of every single day. But anyway, she was part of a shooting that happened at her journalism graduate school in New York City. She's from London, and I don't have the book to tap on, so I'll tap on Twilight just for like vibes. And she was part of this shooting, this tragedy, basically. So the whole book, she's trying to figure out if she did something bad and if she should be scared and all that stuff. So it's a thriller. What was my review of it, though? Let's see. So I can get it right for you guys. Okay. I ended up giving this book a 3.75, I guess. It was just not a great thriller. I wasn't thrilled, basically. The plot was kind of the same thing the whole time. Did I do something bad? Let's stop this movie. I'm getting married. I don't like my husband. That was the whole plot. Luckily, it was kind of a short book, so it was like not that bad. Yeah, and I just was like, if she's so scared she did something bad, why is she getting herself in the middle of the investigation? Not the investigation, in the middle of the, and she's intervening so much in the process of trying to get this movie made, that she's starting to look suspect. Even if she didn't do anything, it's like, girl, let's be serious. It wasn't my favorite. I was just like, okay, girl, you seem so suspect, so. Yeah, and then towards the end, I wrote that we kind of lost the plot a little bit, and yeah, the book kind of just wrapped up super nicely, which I feel like in thrillers it shouldn't, unless never mind, I'm done talking, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, that's Everyone Who Can Forgive Me Is Dead by Jenny Hollander. The next book I read, I actually have it with me. And this book, the last 3 books that I read, I all read in the last half of the month. Let's see. Let me go to my review. The last book that where did it go? I literally just had it. What? Wait, hold on. I just had it. Oh, it's sitting underneath my computer. Please. Okay, stupid. Okay, stupid. The last book that the next book that I read is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. This book I gave a 4.5 star. It would have been a 5, but there are reasons for why I gave 4.5, and I will explain. So this book is about a very rich, wealthy family who owns this land and has this summer camp on this land in the Adirondacks in New York. And this year they're finally letting their daughter participate because their son, they kind of keep away from the camp because their son had gone missing when he was young and they still had not found him. And so they're kind of scared of that. So they were like, we're gonna keep you guys away from it. So then the daughter's like, please let me go, because they kind of hate their daughter, low-key. And so she's like, let me go. She goes, and then all of a sudden, she goes missing. And it's like, what's happening? There's a whole cast of characters that come in and out of the book. We follow, like, this is one of the reasons I gave it a 4.5 stars. We follow, like, I don't even know, 9 different character point of views in this book. It's pretty long. It's like 476 pages. I flipped right to the last page. How great is that? There's 9 point of views that we follow up with. There's some point of views that only get 2 chapters. It was just way too convoluted, but I will say this book kind of needed all the different point of views. I think it really helped to round out the story. It kind of, the point of views also kind of slowed the momentum because I'd be so excited on the edge of my seat to find out something about one point of view, and then we switch to another point of view, and it'd be so long until we got back to the point of view that I'd be like, oh shit, I forgot that I was anticipating what happened. Like, it would be like, oh, okay, T. So, yeah, I did really like it. I will read more of her stories. This is like one of the best books I've read this year. The narrative was great. Very big fan of Miss Liz Moore, so I got my hands on it as soon as, I wanted to get my hands on it as soon as it came out, because this cover, I don't know what it is, this Pepto-Bismol pink dripping down the front, and then the, like, watercolor, I love a painting as the cover so I just read it. And yeah, it was Amazon Prime Day, and also Target, where I work, was having a really big sale, and I also get a deal on top of the sale, so it was like all these sales, so I got a whole bunch of books. So I'm gonna film a new book haul after this, but yes, I just freaking love this book. I read it in like 2 days, and this is like 500 pages almost, and I never read books this long that fast, not even Powerless. So I would have given it 5 stars, but the POVs kind of got me. Let me make sure I'm saying everything else that I wanted to say. I would say, if you're going to read this, I would definitely keep a notepad with you so you can keep track of everything that's happening, because it's thick and it's a lot. But it was so good. I want to reread it already. It was just so good. I read this while I was sick, so very nice. That is The God of the Woods by Rae-SMR. That's just her name. But highly recommend. I just love this cover. Okay. The next book that I read was an all-around disappointment. You know I loved Powerless. You guys know I love Powerless. It was just my girl. It did it for me. Like, I don't know. It was 5 stars for me. Now that I look back, I don't think it was really 5 stars, but in the moment, it was 5 stars. And this month, I'm not gonna call it the pleasure, I had the unfortunate opportunity of reading Reckless by Lauren Roberts, which is the sequel to Powerless. I gave this book 2 stars, which is so generous. So generous. Oh my god, I hated this book. Hated this. I don't know how I finished it. I hated this book so much. This book follows, okay, spoilers for Powerless. Kind of. I'm not gonna do too many, but I kinda have to. It's a sequel. But this follows Baden while she's fleeing because she did something bad in the last book, and Guy has to go get her, basically. But they were in love in the last book, so he's the enforcer, so he has to kill her if he finds her. But he's like, oh my god, girl, like, you're my bae, like, I don't want to kill you for real, shoddy. But they're also like mad at each other because of what she did. It wasn't the best. I mean, you're not gonna take that well, no matter who you are. I'm not gonna say too much. I don't want to spoil it. Like, I want to mildly spoil it. That's really all I'm gonna say about that, because the book was nothing. Literally just them chasing each other through the whole fucking shit. Like, different lands. I feel like I was reading a whole different world. Like, it was not the same thing. Not the same excitingness. Not the same characters. Not the same plot at all. It was a completely different book. And I guess it is a different book, but it's also a sequel, so all that excitement we built up in the first book totally let down. The entire book was just them chasing each other. The same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And they would find each other, and then they'd be like, oh my god, I love you, bruh. And they'd be like, bro, we can't. I'd be like, okay, I gotta kill you. And they'd be like, bro, don't. It's like, bro, I can't kill you. Bro, I love you. Bro, shut the fuck up. Shut up. I hated this book. F+ on my list. F+. Yeah, I gave it 2 stars. I'm surprised I gave it 2 stars. It was fucking horrible. I need to go re-rate Lolita, because Lolita was, 2 stars for me? And nothing can be lower than Lolita. So I have to go fix it, because I keep rating everything 2 stars. Like, I can't be fucking worse than Lolita, but it can't be. This is fucking horrible. But not worse than Lolita, though. Lolita was like, this is just bad. So yeah, that's my list. I was so excited to read it. Oh my god. Whatever, I don't give a fuck. I don't even care really that I didn't like it. But yeah, it was really bad. Oh, there was also a lot of typos, a lot of missing punctuation, a lot of just Iron Flame all over again. Like, they really pushed this book out so fast that it just, it just wasn't good. There was a quality issue here. Yeah, they didn't even edit it fully, which is like, okay, tell me you want to do a cash grab, but tell me you're trying to do a cash grab. Like, please, I'm not that stupid. Okay, anyway. Next book I read was... Sorry, This Wretched Valley by Jenny Kiefer. This book is actually pretty cool because I read it while I was on my trip, and I'll get into why it's cool in a second. Let me go back to this. Okay, this book follows a group of climbers who are going to go scale a new rock face in the rural Kentucky wilderness. I wanted to figure out how they described it on the back. And it follows them. So basically they go in the woods to go find this, and then 7 months later, 3 bodies are discovered. One of them is missing. One of them is just a stark white skeleton. One of them is emptied of its organs, and one of them is a mutilated corpse with the tongue, eyes, ears, and fingers removed. So it's like, what happened in these woods, like tea. This takes place at Red River Gorge in Kentucky. I was at New River Gorge National Park the day after I went to Red River Gorge in Kentucky. And random story time, we took a hour-long detour to go to this random rock face so my ex-boyfriend could climb it. The road was not on Google Maps. We had to follow coordinates off of a random street in Kentucky that was like man-made and sketchy, and we ended up having to turn back around because we had panic attacks, and there was Confederate flags over there in that area, and it was just too desolate. There was one house out there, but we were like, no, what the fuck are you doing in one house out here? Like, you're killing people. So we left. I had a panic attack, and we left because we were walking, and it was just us on a dirt bike path. There was cliff this way, and just trees. And it was so scary. Not one living creature. It was just so quiet and silent. It was just horrifying. So basically, when I started this book the next day, imagine my surprise when it was about Livingston, Kentucky, and a random coordinate rock climber group going into the woods and not coming back out alive. It was also cool because they mentioned Miguel's Pizza in this, and Miguel's Pizza is like a famous climber spot that climbers go to and they camp out back. And the night before I started reading this, I camped out back of Miguel's, so it was very kind of cool to like put myself in their shoes and stuff, so that was really cool. Unfortunately, the book did fall flat for me though. I ended up giving it a 3-star, just a middle 3. It was kind of just not great. I don't know why. There was like, I struggled to envision what she was talking about. Usually I can put myself in a world, and especially because I was there, so you'd think that I could put myself in the world. But I could not. I couldn't even like when they're like body horror parts were happening, because this is a body horror book. It's a thriller horror. I just was not caring. Like, I couldn't envision it. There was a lot that I could have envisioned, but for some reason, none of it stuck. None of it popped out in my brain, so that was also weird for me. I kind of just felt like I didn't connect to any of the characters before everything started happening, so I was kind of just like, okay, like, why do I care? And I feel like that's a big part of it. If you can't connect with the characters, then how are you going to care about them being tortured in the forest? It was good though. It's kind of a sci-fi element to it. There's some ghosts in here. But it really should have hit because of the fact that I was where it takes place, and it didn't. So I can only guess that means that it wasn't that great of a book. For me, at least. Not that good of a horror for me. Yeah. I don't know. It starts out very cool, but I'm also like, okay, on to the next. But yeah, that's this. Wretched Valley. So yeah, I still would recommend it. It's a 3, so it's solid. if you wanted to read it, go ahead. This month in books was kind of horrible, except for this, The God of the Woods. So that one is gonna be a thriller, horror. Reckless is a fantasy, romantasy, fantasy, and then that one is a Search for Valley is a thriller, and the other one is also a thriller. Summer is a big thriller time for me, especially because I can't read romances because I'm gonna try to have sex with my ex again. Let me not be so, like, sorry. But yeah, I think I DNF'd a couple. Let's go look. I was gonna read, because I got a Kobo, which is a Kindle, but I got a Kobo, and I was going to be reading, right? I was trying to read Hysteria. Let me go find that really quick. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay, great. Hysteria by whatever her name is, I do not remember. So I'm gonna put it right here. And that one wasn't great. It's about a lady who thinks that she meets, Sigmund Freud at a bar. It's supposed to be a short story, but it was taking me a long ass time to read. So I put it down. I got halfway through it. She has a lot of sex. That's literally all I got. And that's not even being like, that's not even me slut shaming her, but like, that was literally all that was happening in the book. She was having a lot of sex and feeling like her parents. She was letting her parents down. Kind of all that I got from that book. I also started Tinder is the Flesh. And of course it's like not showing me what I read. I started Tinder is the Flesh, and I also started something else that I can't remember. Tinder is the Flesh I am going to keep reading. Yeah, I think that's another one. Yeah, so that's all that I read in July. Started 6 books, finished 4. So I'm still behind in my reading. I'm still in my reading slump. So hopefully I get out of it. But thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. We did reach 1,000 followers. I can't remember if I filmed something before that or after. But I love you guys so much. If you want something special, let me know. Because I'd love to do a special thing for you guys, because you guys are always supporting me and I really appreciate that. And I'm sorry for leaving you guys unattended for so long. I didn't forget. I was just so busy. I didn't have time. I wanted to film a video out in the woods for you guys, but I could not think of anything to film because I didn't have my books. So I was like, what am I gonna do? I could have read you a ghost story.